It has been a long ass time since I last bothered to load the real life save file of talking about Microsoft and Xbox gaming. Not for any particular reason, definitely not for any studio closures or decisions on behalf of the company that their executives can't give a straight answer to, definitely not. What? Stop! In all seriousness though, I can't act like Microsoft is just solely the only company making these terrible decisions all the time when I literally have a marathon length of content talking about every other studio's Jada Smith level entanglements. This is my life. And even through some of the hardest times to be a modern Xbox fan, if you were around to see how much bigger it used to be in the yesteryears, I'm still deep down extremely hopeful for a positive light at the end of the tunnel after Microsoft's CEO recently announced the possibility of turning Xbox into a less of a closed ecosystem and more of just a general platform for a myriad of different online storefronts and games, like having the Steam browser available on Xbox, which is literally one of my wet dreams. How did they know? But that's way further down the line from where we are right now. As spectators, meat riders, and haters, we still got a whole bunch of decisions that we gotta watch Microsoft make with Xbox in the near future that could make them, fall flat on their face, or possibly even continue their overall revenue gain after the Activision Blizzard acquisition. And we just got a new lore entry into that ongoing story because, it was recently reported that Microsoft is splitting up parts of their newly controlled studios in order to produce even more smaller games in between the already stacked roster of titles that have a high D&D roll chance of getting delayed. What the fuck about? And this news is really interesting to say the least if you care about Xbox. So, in order to understand the context, we gotta briefly dial it back to what studios Microsoft actually has, because they have an entire P-clan full of them if you forgot they were rich as hell. So last October, when Microsoft drew down on Activision and buying them for 72 billion USD, they not only got control of obviously the Call of Duty maker, but also the studios of Blizzard and King, since their parent company was Activision. And this matters to current context because sources have apparently told people at Windows Central, arguably the #1 online journalist for everything Microsoft related, that Microsoft is taking some of the people that they had working over at King into transitioning to working at the Blizzard studio and overall forming a new, smaller team dedicated to bringing some new AA Blizzard games to life in the future. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any, names for the source for the info, but a Windows Central report is backed by the LinkedIn profiles of some former King employees changing their bios to Blizzard now. Plus, this whole situation has a strong aroma of something Microsoft would do. We know how they love creating teams out of nowhere. Anyways, this move of beefing up the Blizzard team and then splitting up a subsection of it is obviously too fresh and new for anyone to guess whether it's going to be, a good or bad decision or not, since we don't know, what the hell they're cooking behind the scenes. But it should be noted that both sides of King and Blizzard have attributes that could not only be mixed, resulting in hella fun for the players, but also financially rewarding on Microsoft's end if they can do this right. You see, you already got Blizzard's stacked ass roster of IPs that are doing numbers right now and most definitely will for the upcoming sequel titles like World of Warcraft, but you also got their IPs that they haven't tapped into for a long ass time, like StarCraft or, even maybe a sequel to Hearthstone. So you got that, and on the other side of that coin, you also got King's expertise in creating generational amazing mobile games like Candy Crush that's so addicting that the average boomer playing is one in-game combo away from developing a worse gambling problem. And overall, Microsoft's executives have even said themselves that, they want to get in on this ever-growing mobile market. So combining these two studios to supposedly produce some new AA games might just be some unseen level of genius demonstrated by the company's executive board. Of course, there's no guarantee that mobile is the route that they're going to take with this new studio. I'm just shooting from half court when I say that, but even if they choose to just go the traditional video game release route, as long as what they put out is fun and goes over well with their core fan base, I don't see why this can't, turn into the W that Xbox crucially needs right now. At least more of a W than the Deadpool ass controller, because that's hard to beat. Either way, we still don't know much right now to say anything else about this new supposed AA game studio over at Xbox. hopefully anything that we know further is all positive, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see what the future holds for Xbox going forward. So what do you guys think about Xbox and this apparent AA game studio that they're you know, making out of nowhere? Feel free to comment down below. As always, like the video, subscribe if you're not ready, and I'll see you on the next one.